Pre-election gerrymandering and redistricting efforts by the ruling Justice and Development Party, AK Party, on the eve of local elections last year that clearly worked for its own advantage have now become a liability for AK Party candidates in Ordu, a province of some 725,000 people on the Black Sea coast. Failure to meet the increased expectations from residents in the towns and cities that were incorporated into the Ordu Metropolitan Municipality in 2014 as part of an AK Party-endorsed bill that was approved in Parliament has now become a major liability for the ruling party's candidates. Cemal Enginyurt, the lead candidate running for the opposition Nationalist Movement Party, MHP, in the province, told today's Zaman that he has been receiving support calls and invitations to campaign from villagers and townspeople whom he said despised the MHP in the past. The governing party promised a lot on the eve of local elections last year to woo voters. But more than a year has passed, and many of these pledges remain unfulfilled, he said. Enginyurt added that the metropolitan city legislation had brought additional burdens on local residents such as new taxes and fees that are collected in exchange for supposedly rendering services from the Ordu Metropolitan Municipality. Since the powers of district mayors were transferred to the metropolitan mayor in Ordu, locals feel powerless over decisions that affect their communities, Enginyurt says. According to government statistics, some 40,000 people left the province in 2014 alone, primarily to seek better economic conditions and jobs. The MHP candidate believes there has been a rapid decline in support for the AK party and expects an avalanche in the upcoming general election if the ruling party fails to stem the snowball impact of the decline in its support. Ordu is a pretty good indicator of how the nation behaves, Enginyurt underlined, stressing that many voters are not happy with the government's oppressive and repressive tactics in governance. So many police chiefs have been reassigned, dismissed, or purged. We know that many of these police officers are from our grassroots and sympathetic towards the MHP, he added. Unexpected snowfalls and the ensuing frost across the country last year pushed the price of hazelnuts higher, due to the low yields. Turkey is a world leader in this area with over 90% of the total annual harvest, and Ordu is among the major hazelnut producing provinces in the country. The harvest of this important agricultural product fell to 400,000 tons last year from 600,000 year-on-year. Enginyurt added that the price increases mean nothing because the producers have very low yields. Locals blame the government for ending its role in 2008 in stabilizing the market by buying en masse from the market and intervening in times of low yields to curb sharp price fluctuations. The MHP, which failed to win any of the 6 deputy seats in Ordu in the 2011 general election, considers that one seat is already secured and hopes to add another through intensified campaigning as the June election nears. Predictions for the June 7 general election are often based on the results of the local elections in March 2014, which determined, among other things, the distribution of seats in provincial councils. The percentages political parties obtain in provincial councils are generally accepted as the best indicator of how people will vote in national elections. In Ordu, the AK party received 52.6% of the vote in the last provincial council elections, a drop of some 8 percentage points from the results of the 2011 national election. The ruling party won 5 deputy seats out of the 6 available in Ordu in the 2011 election. The main opposition Republican People's Party, CHP, got 1 seat with 22.6%, while the MHP did not receive any, with 11.8%. The AK party is expected to lose 1 seat to the MHP and 2 seats to the CHP in Ordu in the June 7 elections, with the opposition peeling away voters from the ruling party as frustration with the government grows. The available seats for Ordu province also dropped to 5 from 6 because of migration outflow. Numan Kurtulmus, a deputy prime minister and the lead candidate running on the AK party ticket in Ordu, is not a popular name at the moment and his rallies have failed to attract big crowds. Dries Sahin, a resident of Ordu and former interior minister who resigned from the AK party, is directing his supporters to the opposition as well. AK party losing support in Giresun. Giresun, a northern province located to the east of Ordu, is considered to be a stronghold of the main opposition CHP, which is expected to increase its share of the vote further, based on the 2014 local elections results. Burak Esen, the head of the youth branch of the CHP provincial branch in Giresun, is hopeful of picking up 2 seats in the June elections. The AK Party is losing support due to economic difficulties and promises that were not delivered, he told today's Zaman. In 2014, CHP candidate Kerim Aksu won the mayoral race with 46% of the vote in Giresun city, defeating the AK Party's candidate who achieved only 39%. In the provincial council elections, however, the AK Party obtained 50.3% of the vote, while the CHP received 23.2%. In the 2011 general election, the AK Party's support stood at 59.4%, which secured 3 seats out of 4. The remaining seat went to the CHP. In the June election, the AK Party is expected to lose a seat to the MHP and possibly another seat to the CHP. Aksu also noted that some of the infrastructure projects in the province that have been touted as successful by the ruling party for years simply remained on paper and were never completed. He was referring to the symbolic opening of the excavation of the Ereğli tunnel in the province's Sabinkarahisar district that will connect the Black Sea region to central Anatolia. The tunnel is planned to be part of the north-south road corridor in Turkey. Another major infrastructure problem for Giresun is flooding on the Black Sea Highway. Last year, a storm caused the Black Sea to overflow in Giresun, damaging cars and the road. Giresun Mayor Aksu blamed the government for not addressing the problem, which has been lingering for years. We have been saying for years that the Black Sea Highway is not suitable for the climate of the region. Vehicles and buildings have been damaged because of this. This road threatens the safety of people and property, he explained to reporters at the time. Since the day it was opened in 2007 by then Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the Black Sea Highway has been an issue of debate among locals. According to the Seoul Portal news outlet, former Transportation, Maritime Affairs, and Communications Minister Binali Yıldırım admitted that the Black Sea Highway project was a mistake. The project cost around TL 700 million, and we were not able to stop the project. I now can easily admit this and state that the highway must be rebuilt. The owner of a coffee house located near the Ring Highway in Giresun says the lavish presidential palace Erdogan built at a huge cost to taxpayers and corruption scandals have been criticized by Giresun residents. I will not vote for the AK Party, he told today's Zaman, declining to provide his name for fear of reprisal from the government. He also said the AK Party candidates are not popular in the province.